You are live.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Jamie Paxton, your host of Warrior Spotlight. Tonight we have my husband, as always, the co-host.
Hi.
The handsome man that he is.
Second in the room.
Second in the room, yes. And then we have Miss Jennifer from Habitat.
Hockenberger.
And my husband just has to say it. Please say your name.
Hockenberger. Yeah.
Hockenberger.
It's very strong German, 13 letters. I was just saying you could just call me Jennifer.
So we're just calling her Jennifer tonight.
Yes, Jennifer works. Jennifer with Habitat. Hello, hello.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, hello.
We'd like to start with which is Liberty Sound Lab. They produce all of this for us. They provide the spot for us, and Andy does all of the behind the scenes work. So
It's a production man.
thank you so much, Andy. Appreciate that.
Thanks,
Producer.
Andy.
Oh, you are so welcome.
He's right there.
Produces our
He's
show.
with us. Yeah.
So I just want to start with, I know we are here all about Habitat today, but I have to share the excitement that we had today at Little Blessings.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Cool.
So we had Congressman Wahlberg
Yeah.
from the 7th District from Michigan today with us.
Riding
Him
those
too.
big Clydesdales.
Yes, he did.
Wasn't that fun?
Yes,
I bet
it was. It was amazing,
Yeah.
and so he grew up and he had
Jennifer
horses,
with Habitat. Hello.
and
Oh, yeah.
and he had horses, and he just had the time of his life today.
Looked
Yeah.
like it.
Awesome.
It did on the
Yeah.
pictures I seen. You took
Yes.
some really nice pictures, and
Yeah.
I could tell that they were, a lot of people on horses, are intimidated
Sure.
or like them, but through a couple of
No,
photos,
he was super comfortable on it.
Very
Yeah, he
happy.
got to ride the Clydesdales, and his staff members got to ride, so they were really excited. The weather held out for it.
Yes.
I've been trying 2 years to get him to Little Blessings to hear what we do, and we finally
goodness.
got him there.
And behind the scenes, I'm on the phone with Jamie too. She took my call
And
right
I
when he
did.
was coming in. She was like, "I gotta go. There's somebody very important here that wants to hang out and ride some Clydesdales." So
she was multitasking.
she was.
That's
Yeah,
so funny.
That is.
Okay, so I just had to share that. Thank you
Yeah.
for letting me share that. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So let's get into our story. Let's tell people how we met. I'll let you share it.
Okay. Oh, geez. I want to say 2 years ago now. Has it
Probably
been?
2+.
Yeah. Nearly 2 years ago, Jamie and I had connected, and from the gate, it was like an explosion, right? It was like we were best friends and we didn't even know each other. So
That's awesome.
It was
Yeah.
bonkers. It really
I like
was.
it. I like it when you said gate too.
Yeah, right out the gate,
Yeah.
like horses, right?
Right.
No, like dirt bikes.
Oh, like dirt bikes. Okay. All right. So I could tell that Jamie had kindness to her that was extremely important for me to kind of give her some credibility, right? And realize that, she was there for, to help, right? And so from there, we just kind of really built our friendship. And every time we get together, we think of 1,000,001 ideas, right? Because that's how Jamie's brain works.
And Jennifer's.
And mine as well. And
it helps. You feed.
yeah,
Brainstorming.
truly. Oh
Yep,
my goodness,
absolutely.
brainstorming.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
We want to take on the world when we're together.
I can tell.
Someday we will.
I can
We
tell.
are now.
Yeah. It's happening right now.
I can just tell real quick.
Yeah.
I can really tell that, and I've known her, I've just met you, but
Yeah.
I can tell between the two of you when people say like, oh, you're a dynamo,
Yeah.
dumb adjectives, but I
Yes.
can tell the two of you would get shit done.
We
Yeah,
do.
we
We,
do.
really
tell.
do.
Yes.
I didn't know we could cuss on here, but we do get SHIT done. We
You
do.
can. I bet you're representing Habitat.
Yes,
but
we do.
you just
Get
spell
poop
it.
done. We get some poop done.
Get some Beyonds done.
This is the raw and the real here, so
Oh, yeah,
anything
This
goes.
is Warrior Spotlight. You
right.
anything
Yeah.
goes.
So we've accomplished so much in the little time that we've been together, which is incredible, and I know that there's so much more coming in the future. So thank you so much for your commitment to Habitat, truly, and for opening our eyes to the veteran community. Without you, I'm not sure if our affiliate would have become veteran certified, right? Or started branching out into addressing home ownerships towards veterans or volunteer needs towards veterans. So thanks for opening our eyes, and thanks for letting me come here today.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah. So she really shortened that story down a lot. Like she's got to go in 10 minutes. Do you have to go?
No, we don't. I don't.
I know you said you need to get your little man.
I do. I got time though. I got an hour.
Punged an hour.
Yeah.
Well, and there is a couple other organizations that I'm sure you're aware of that do the houses for like special needs people and different things that are on there for that. I mean, Habitat's been around. I'm sure. How long has Habitat been in
That's
existence?
a great question. So our
I try to
affiliates.
pull a couple off.
I love it. She did tell me. She said Billy's going to keep us on track too and put some really good questions into it. So I'm prepared. So
There's
our
a squirrel here or
affiliate.
there every now and then.
Yeah. Me too. I'm like, what? Habitat for Humanity of Monroe County. You're laughing. It's been around since 1992, and this year will be our 108th Habitat home in Monroe County.
Congratulations,
So it's
right.
huge. Yeah.
That's Monroe County.
That's
Now, how
Monroe
about
County.
Habitat in itself? When did that start?
So Habitat's been around for way before 1992. I know
That's what
that. Yeah.
I'm wondering,
So
I'll Google
you
it.
Google that.
I will.
I do have a fun fact about Habitat. So most people think that our president, Jimmy Carter, was the one who founded Habitat. Which,
Right.
okay, I don't want to discredit everything that he's done. Him and his wife are phenomenal, and still to this day, they're still building
Yes.
on homes. I mean, it's incredible. And without him, the nonprofit would not have taken the trajectory that it would have, right? But he didn't start Habitat for Humanity. There was a gentleman, Willard, who created the kind of thought process and the way around everyone deserves affordable, safe housing. And then Jimmy Carter got on board,
Yep.
and the rest is history.
No, he's I seen he was 103. He's in the hundreds,
Yes.
right? And he was out there that day, sick as he wasn't going to miss it.
No.
And he got out there, Band-Aid
Right,
on
I
his
was- yes,
face.
exactly. You
Oh,
saw it too, yeah.
absolutely.
You're hip,
I'm a
yeah.
fan, and he was
Plugging
pounding
away,
nails,
pounding
yes,
nails, literally,
yes. Yeah,
not just
I know.
figuratively.
No, he wasn't.
So,
it wasn't
yeah.
a propped up
Yeah.
freaking
Yeah.
moment like
Yeah.
someone.
Yeah.
But yes, absolutely. So here's your fun fact. Ready?
Fun fact, guys.
Let's do a guess.
Okay.
When do you think it was started?
Let's see, 1956.
43.
Andy? No, back then they had. But go ahead.
Oh.
Good guess.
What year do you think Habitat for Humanity started?
During the Great Depression or after one of the
No.
World Wars.
1976.
Ooh,
Close.
I was close.
Wasn't
Okay,
that?
all right.
Well, no,
All right. Yeah.
44 years.
Yeah,
After
okay.
3 years of hard work and launch successful building program. I'm not really good with
Yeah,
it.
you
No,
don't have
that's
to
right.
read it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
No. We're here for her, not your reading.
She's
1970s.
Habitat. She needed to know.
Yeah.
Habitat, yeah.
Yeah.
I should have known that, yes. That was
No,
a-
but absolutely.
Yes.
44 years they've been in
44
existence.
years.
Yep.
That's
Well,
brilliant.
They started in our bicentennial year,
Yeah.
1976.
1976. We'll remember that. Yes, I will.
I think so. That's cool. I was curious because
Yeah.
I've donated. We do demolition,
Okay.
right? And I've donated a lot of materials that have come in ahead of time.
Building supplies.
A lot of
We
people.
need them.
A lot of people prior to us knowing demolition
Sure.
will say, "Hey, we want them to come through."
Yeah.
So I think they're among me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but go ahead.
This is
We're going to
Monroe.
Monroe from now
Thank
on.
you.
Yes. Sorry,
Yay.
squirrel.
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
anyways,
it's
we'll
okay.
get back to me running the show and not him. Okay.
We did get a little off trajectory. Jamie, I'd love to hear your story of how you and I met and how Little Blessings and Habitat got connected.
Really?
How's that? Yeah.
No. So I want to tell people why I wanted to reach out to you.
Yeah.
And you ironically just happened to stop by the barn that day because you seen the barn going up and you're like, hey, what's going on here?
I'm a neighbor. I live right down the road.
You do. And we were doing goat yoga and you're like, no way, not goat yoga. I want to do
Please.
goat yoga.
Yes.
And so we did right out of the gate, headed, running from that moment
Right.
forward. But I really wanted to be able to do, as I was building this program, my vision was to be able to give back to the community. Veterans love to give back. That's what we do. We're givers in general, right? We serve our country. And so, and of course, meeting you, I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing because you're so hip and you're just, you're earthy and...
I'm earthy.
You're okay.
Hip and earthy. Okay.
Earthy.
She's a hippie, earthy hippie.
And so I knew you'd be just like this perfect fit
Yeah.
into what our vision was, right? Which sometimes we think way outside of the box, right? Which you do too, and that's what works so well between us.
Yeah.
And so the vision is that at the end of this year-long therapy that our veterans go through, this 50-week program, after they complete 10 weeks of it, they have to give back to a community partner. And we've built a relationship to where they give 5 hours to us, and then they have to go out into the community and give time to one of our community partners.
Right.
And you are our first community partner to come on board, and the relationship that we are building is just absolutely incredible.
That's right.
We've done some events together. We've done. You've come to the farm, and did you host a picnic last year?
We did. Our volunteer appreciation event happened at the farm, and that was amazingly successful, and everyone really enjoyed their time there. You guys always give, so we are so grateful for you and Debbie, that's for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, they are. When we had the congressman there today, we were just talking about how kind Roy and Debbie are, and what they have to
Yes.
offer,
Oh
and
my
what they allow
goodness.
to happen
Yeah.
at that farm, right?
Yeah,
And
just continually.
it's
Give after give after give after give.
They're very
Yeah.
hip and earthy as well.
My goodness, yes,
Yeah.
they
They
are.
are.
Very,
Yes.
very incredible people. Yeah.
Yeah, we're lucky to have them. We consider them community partners as well. For instance, they just donated this awesome live auction package. So some of our WI members, which
So,
is,
just break into that and talk about what that is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so there's a group called our Women's Leadership Initiative, which Jamie is a part of at Habitat Monroe. And these are a group of nearly 200 women in the community. These are VPs of First Merchants. These are homeowners, and these are veterans. They run the gambit, really, and they just give their time, their talent, and their treasure. And it's really incredible. So they work with us, and we work with them to provide opportunities for them to advocate for Habitat. And really, it's just an opportunity for us to get together and sometimes have some cocktails and do some fundraising and have some auctions. So just recently, we had an event at Dundee Golf Club, and we had 100 women come out and support us. And Debbie, like she always does, true to fashion, supported us by giving an auction item for the farm, for Duke Farm, right? So they're constantly being so giving. So Debbie and Roy, you guys are the best. If I don't tell you enough, thank you for your support. So
Yeah. And everybody loved the llama.
Everyone, Bahama came. Yes. Oh my goodness.
You're like,
she was the
seriously? Can I
best.
bring
Yeah.
Bahama?
I know. Dave was like, this is our CEO. He said, so how much do they poop? And I said, okay, so they poop more than a dog, right? But probably less than a horse, yeah?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
he said,
yeah,
okay. They,
It's funny, he didn't poop once while he was
No,
there. Not once when he was
He's on his
there.
best
he
behavior.
was on his best
He
behavior.
was.
He was a success. I think we
was.
should make him like an honorary WLI.
I think so too.
Maybe?
Yeah.
They are cute.
It was funny because
So good.
when I got home, I told Billy, he goes, so what was this event? And I was like,
Oh, yeah.
these ladies had so
Yeah.
much fun. I said it was like a trunk or treat.
Yeah.
I hope you're not offended by what I'm about to say, but I said, I think she should rename it the Drunk or Treat next week.
She
Yes.
said you guys were getting a little loosened up.
They had so much fun. They had some shots, like the
Yes.
Jello shots.
Yeah, she'd
Yes.
she come walking in, licking. And
Yeah.
getting
Yes.
on. I got 20 years sober, and she's
Yes.
like, and I was like,
It was.
wow, it was like a pudding.
Yes.
I said, so you
Bailey's-
should call it a
Bailey's
Drunk or
pudding.
Treat next year.
Yeah.
Some of the women had a huge wheel that they got to spin, right? So people get to come up and spin, and there was Habitat gear on there, lots of different
It was
fun
like a
stuff.
prize wheel then?
Prize wheel,
Right on.
but there were also pudding shots on that wheel. So
Oh, like every time somebody says
somebody-
something, you take a drink.
every time you landed on it,
Right,
or if
that's
you
what
were
I'm
just
saying.
friends,
Right.
you just got one.
So
Anyone got
the
one.
good news of it. So
Yeah.
what was your goal?
All right, so our
your
goal
financial
was
goal of that.
$20,000.
And you guys made what?
Should we play the guessing game for that? No.
No.
$21,000 during a pandemic. Right?
That is incredible.
Under
Oh,
100
shit.
people, right? Outside event, we could not have done it without people like you.
That
Seriously.
was like amazing.
Huge.
Yeah.
Huge. I'm still baffled that we met and exceeded our goal, right? But I shouldn't be, because people like you are members of the WLI, right? Are members of our community who see the need for affordable, safe housing, right?
Yep.
And support us. So
And it comes back to, I think, with the biggest thing too is that since 9/11, where then with all the giving and then the transparency, and when people started seeing where money goes, I think
Yeah.
that helps a lot
it's truly important.
in giving, but also knowing that it's in our community and it's local, and potentially they can go by and see the house. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of that plays into the giving.
Yeah.
I think.
That's a great point, Billy. Yeah, more than giving back to these people and giving them a house that they can see in the community. These people, these homeowners, right? Like you and me, they
Right.
pay for the mortgage for these homes, right? They are hardworking. They have jobs. They have kids, right? So we're giving them an opportunity to get out of the vicious cycle of renting, right? Bad credit. Up, and now they can give back to the community too. So they'll be in a place where they can start helping put money back
Right.
into our community, right? So
That's what we want, right?
that's what
Sure.
we want.
Yeah.
It's like doing a random act of kindness on a large scale, but I love that.
Yes.
Like the oldest story, you buy somebody a coffee in line, and if that kept going, pretty soon there's nobody
It's
back
never-
there.
yeah,
But
right.
it obviously stops somewhere along the line, but
Right.
that's bigger than it. But same principle.
It's true.
Yeah,
It's
like
so
alumni giving and all that.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
It's awesome. And then these kids that are happy homeowners, right? Their parents work so hard, so now they can see that their parents worked hard, right? They get a good investment. Their parents get the opportunity to have a savings, right? Be working hard, not be throwing away money on rent, right? But have something sustainable like a home. So then these kids, they get to see their parents work like that. They get to work harder, and then they get an opportunity to get out of that cycle too,
Yeah,
right?
it's gotta be
And maybe
broken
maybe a little bit of that money goes for their education. So it's a ripple effect
Sure.
that's positive. The incredible correlation between health and home ownership, right, and success in home ownership is phenomenal. It's profound, right?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
It's one of the American dreams is to own your own home.
Absolutely.
So the fact that Habitat is able to help in some way, right, and you guys are able to help, and you guys are able to help. It's immense, and everyone's willing to. It's crazy. You wouldn't think that would be happening during this time during the pandemic, but I think maybe our hearts are a little softened, or we all feel we're part of something, even if it's negative.
That's the biggest thing. People like to feel a part of something. What I was
Yeah.
kind of saying too, when they
Yeah.
know the location, we built the house.
Yeah.
It's always going to
I get
stand
to go there,
Yeah,
yeah.
or they could drive by and say, "Yeah, we, or donate
Dad
or wherever."
worked on
They,
that.
they can
Yeah.
see the donation.
Yeah.
They see it. That's huge.
It's profound. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's huge.
And you guys always are invited to you guys came to our fundraiser in August, right, to
yeah.
set up a table. And
Yeah,
because we like to let people know who we have as community partners, right? And so we can share the mission.
No,
Are you good?
nothing.
It's warm in here.
It's hot in
You were
here.
saying it's warm in here. Yeah, I know.
Look
It's
at the
cold.
red flag.
It's
So we
cold.
can share
It's
the
a
mission,
lamp.
right?
Yeah.
So I want to talk about when we were on the show when I first met you, and then I had you on the radio show initially, right? So we talked about, and we probably talked about it when when I'm in my office,
Okay.
about what people think there is to do with Habitat. When people hear Habitat,
Sure.
what do they think, right?
Yeah.
So they think you build houses, right?
Yeah. Which we do.
You do.
Yeah.
But what else do you do?
Yeah, that's so good. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk about that. So, like, certainly, of course, like, homes are a huge part of it, like we talked about. But another arm of Habitat, you were referencing demolition, right? And if there's any Monroe area demolition men that have extra product like you did that are willing to support our restore, give us a shout, put it in the comments, or call me. We always need it, for sure. But to speak to that, so the restore, so the Habitat Restore, we resell new or gently used home appliances, home furnishings, building materials, and then we put that money that's made from the restore profits back into building homes, right? So that's a huge, huge part of Habitat. We wouldn't be able to survive without
Right.
the restore. That's for sure. So, and people go there and they buy things for their homes, right?
Yeah.
In really great condition. Oftentimes, Lazy Boy will give us brand new furniture,
Sure.
right? There will be people in the community that have been blessed, and so they're ready to, throw away their one-time used item, right?
A lot of exercise equipment.
Right,
You get
yeah.
too. I know
So,
that, yeah.
so there's plenty of stuff that's in great condition, that's barely ever used, if not ever used, and so people go to shop there. Also, people like to redo and repurpose items, right?
Yeah.
Give something a little love, and Restore is a great place to find those items. So,
Sure.
yeah, so that's part of our arm. That's one part. So we also have a financial and housing counseling unit or program called HOPE, H-O-P-E. So HOPE allows us to give a free resource to the community. So they can connect home counseling, so home buyer classes or workshops if you're interested in buying a first-time home buyer but you don't know where to go. We can provide you with some guidance. Mortgage foreclosures, that's certainly a thing, especially now. It's hard for people sometimes to survive day by day, and especially with COVID, some people's jobs have been impacted. So HOPE provides some mortgage or foreclosure counseling. Credit counseling is another thing that HOPE provides. So really across the gambit, anything with finances, Jeanette, she's our housing counselor and financial certified housing counselor. She can help. So
And we're going to have her on in 2 weeks.
yes, I was just going to say that.
Sunday, yeah.
So Jeanette McDonald will be on, and the whole segment will be all about HOPE and how they can help.
Now, is that at the same location as the Restore?
That is
Like,
at the same
Monroe?
location as the affiliate. That's a great question. So we're just right down the street
two of
on the
them.
Pleasance. Yeah, so we've got the Restore and then what we call the affiliate or our home base.
Mm-hmm.
So, but right now because of COVID, she's doing virtual.
Sure.
So she has her very own HOPE cell phone, so you can call her cell phone, and I'll make sure to put it in the comments, her number or her email. And we're working towards having it set up so you can schedule an appointment to do Zoom calls with her as well. So it'll be like this, virtual meeting, but she'll be able to guide you.
And she sent me a couple of classes that
Yeah.
I think one took place on the 15th.
Yes.
That I put
exactly.
it out and
Thank
shared
you.
it.
We had
Yep.
9 people show up to
Yeah.
that virtual event. So it was a home prep class, if you will. So we partnered with Fifth Third, and they were both on hand to help give guidance for people that were interested in buying a new home. So
Right.
yeah, it was
Cool.
cool. Yeah. So we've got the Habitat Home Ownership Program. We've got the Restore, and we have HOPE. We also have the volunteering department, which is huge. So 80% of our workforce is volunteers. So I've learned through you that veterans, their number one, I would say, is giving back. They would like to find something to do to continue to give back, right? So volunteering is a great opportunity for them.
And we just had it to.
And I was just gonna. Oh my God!
We're still on the same page.
Leading right into it. So we just had Little Blessings come out and build on our. Let's see, it was our Grand Avenue home in Detroit Beach.
2 of our female veterans.
So 2 female veterans, which is wonderful. So so that's another arm. We couldn't build these houses. There's 7 people that work for Habitat for Humanity Monroe. I'm one of them. Okay.
Full-time?
Full-time.
Right
Yeah, even full-time or part-time. There's 7 of us. So I don't know how we get it together. Oh, I do know. We do it because volunteers.
Yeah.
Then that's it. So that's how we get it together. So those really are all of our arms for Habitat. Fundraising obviously is a huge plays a huge role in this. Donations.
So how did you get involved with Habitat?
That's a great question.
Yours,
Yeah.
3.
Yeah, is that third good question?
Yeah, we got
okay.
2 more.
They're
So
great
I'm
ones.
shooting
We're
for
right in
5.
the tally. Okay, so 2 more. Okay.
Let me put it on the board.
I got to earn my keep. Plus, I got scolded, so I'm.
I think you're
Get
doing
out.
great, Billy.
Get out.
Yeah, your hair looks good. You're doing good. Andy got me this table, so
Well, that's what
Feeling
made
good?
me sweat so much.
There you
Still recovering a little bit.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
funny.
That's right. You are. You can't lift anything over 10 pounds, you said.
That's true.
oh no. Well, so
how'd
okay,
you
yes.
get it there? Squirrel!
Squirrel. So I was born and raised in Point Place, so
great.
not too far away from here, and I went to Central Catholic. Okay, so when I was at Central, I was on a Habitat committee. So we helped organize a build. My whole family got involved. My mom did what we affectionately call the bistro, but she made the meals for the entire week for all the volunteers. She loved it. She's Polish and Jewish, so that's all she wants to do is cook
That's
and
cool.
feed people. Yeah. And my Gigi, who at 93, just a couple months ago during COVID passed away. God bless her heart.
so sorry.
Yeah, not for COVID-related reasons, but
Well, 93.
just at 93,
She had a hell of a life,
oh
huh?
yeah, she had a hotline to JC too. They always talk. She was like, "I'm
So
ready,
you
I'm
got-
ready."
You got some good genes then.
Yeah, I got some good genes. We were devastated that we couldn't be with her at the end of it.
Yeah.
But everyone has a story. So she was a huge proponent of us, getting started with this Habitat initiative at my school. And so, I even have this 3-page letter that she wrote I'll have to post it later. It's adorable. I won't try. I'm trying not to cry. Just about how profound the impact of Habitat for Humanity is. So I think at age 17, somehow
The
that
seed was
experience stuck in here,
Yeah.
right? And I worked across. I graduated from Lourdes, and I worked, for the casino, Hollywood Casino, and I worked for a plastic surgeon, just across the gambit, really,
guess so.
waiting to find my niche. And I always wanted to get into nonprofits for sure. And then all of a sudden, 3 years ago, a volunteer coordinator position came up at Monroe, and I just propelled myself.
Wow, you see that? They're right on it, huh?
Yeah.
That's
And
awesome.
have done amazing things
Yeah,
there.
That's
I'm,
cool.
Amazing
I'm
things.
I
grateful.
like the story too. That's
Thank
awesome.
you. Yeah,
because
it
I
is.
was curious how it happened. And
Yeah.
when you were going back to school there, I was like, well, wait a minute. She doesn't only work there, and she ain't that old. But yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it really
It's
was.
cool.
Yeah, I like to share that story too, because it's meaningful for me, because like I said, I think there was a seed planted.
Yep.
I've always been of the mind that if you give, you get. And so
Yep.
I don't know if I coined it or if I heard it and then I just pretend I coined it, but a selfless, selfish act. So I always get so much out of giving, and that's why I do it. But I think it's selfish because I'm getting out of it, right? But you're giving too, you know?
No,
yeah.
absolutely.
So somehow I found out a way to, get paid or have a job
And give, sure. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
doing
Yep.
it. So yeah,
It's cool.
Yeah,
I like it.
thanks, man.
I like it.
And tell us about Dave. Dave is an amazing man.
Dave is phenomenal. Dave is our president and CEO of Habitat for Humanity. He is our fearless leader, and without him, I love this table, Annie. I
was
just
gonna
can't
say,
stop
you
talking to
can
it.
Just take the table away and just
I
give
just
you
have
the
a
cover.
moment with the table.
Yeah, we'll just give you the
I don't know
tablecloth.
if you guys can see this, but the cloth keeps going off, so I'm just trying.
No, we can see it.
Okay.
I think you should just have Andy get rid of the table, and you take the tablecloth.
Oh, we
and
can just
then
have it. Yeah, it's just
put
wrap
a
up in
little
it.
bushka in it.
A babushka.
This is what happens on
So
the show.
that's all right.
Damn it, don't blame me.
If
it's
you
her.
guys are with us, thank
They're
you
with
for
us.
trying to
Trust
navigate through this awesome
They're with us.
conversation. So Dave is our fearless leader, Dave Graves, and he has been with the organization for many, many years now. And he started as a construction leader, so he was on hand building houses, hammer and nails, and moved his way up to CEO. And without him and the relationships that he's developed in this community, I don't think Habitat Monroe would be here. So yeah, he's amazing.
That's what it takes.
It's what it takes. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's an incredible man. He has been on a personal level, persevering through some, if we can cuss, F cancer, right? But
Right.
but he's a warrior and
Right.
he's fighting through it.
So-
So yeah, exactly. So he's doing great, and
Good.
we're so grateful for him and his support. So I think I'm a product of him, right?
Sure.
Because of him as my leader. So yeah, he's a great guy. For
I'm sure I'd like to hear that.
Yeah.
That acknowledgement.
If you're
no.
watching, Dave.
No, I
yeah.
mean,
No,
he,
yeah.
he is an
You're
amazing
right.
man.
He really, truly is, yeah. And there's a lot to learn from him still. So, I think we're all thirsty to just soak up what he has to teach us, and then just kind of, put it out there and really hope that the mission of Habitat can succeed based on his leadership. And it will.
Yeah,
Um,
it's awesome.
and we have some amazing things that we're working on in the future.
Yeah.
Some amazing things.
Mm-hmm.
One of them in regards to the garden. So we just put the Warrior Garden in this last season. And Habitat, because they're you're one of our community partners, the homeowners, the new homeowners will get to have a garden space. Little Blessings will provide the vegetables for the homeowner, and they will get to partake in having a space in the garden with the veterans.
It's so cool.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so cool. And it's about education, too, and sustainability, right?
yeah.
It's teaching these homeowners just with their credit and giving them a hand up. This is truly an opportunity for them to learn how to take care of themselves, foster that sustainability, and maybe give that back to their kids or someone they know that was
And
teaching
what's so
lessons,
great about it too is that we're always trying to intertwine the civilian sector with the veterans, right? So
Yes.
because the veterans want to isolate and the veterans speak their
Yeah.
own language, and we know somebody in the habitat world who is working hard for their home, right? Because maybe their credit wasn't the greatest or whatever their circumstances are, right?
Right.
Can relate
Yeah.
to the other veterans that share that garden space,
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
And so it's just one more piece of the civilian sector that we can incorporate with a trusting source that we have with Habitat.
True.
And so the relationship that I think that we're building is just beyond
Yeah,
phenomenal.
yeah, that is true.
And then we were, and forgive me, I don't know the name of it, but Little Blessings was the recipient of.
Our tithing?
Yes.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
yeah.
I didn't know if there was a name for it.
Yeah,
but
yeah, no. So,
Tell us how that
Habitat,
works.
yeah, Habitat's requested from Habitat International that each affiliate provides a 10% tithing to an organization of their choosing. And after the commitment that Jamie and Little Blessings has provided to Habitat, the kindnesses with Duke Farm, just the developing relationship that we continue to have, it was just an obvious connection that we would choose Little Blessings to be Habitat's tithing. So moving forward, a portion of our tithing will go straight to Little Blessings, which is great.
That's
Awesome.
amazing.
Yeah.
I know. I
Thank
was,
you so
I was,
much.
Yeah, it's bonkers that a nonprofit can provide some
for a
profit,
nonprofit.
right? Yeah,
Right.
right.
Well, people get confused
Right,
about
it
that
is
a little
too.
bit.
Yeah, truly. But it's just an opportunity for us to give back. We do give back. Truly, in my head, I know we do. Through our home ownership program and to the community, but this is like a direct correlation to be able to show our support and put our stamp on Little Blessings for sure.
and we're so grateful for that. Thank you so
Yes.
much.
Yes.
A piece that you would mention at the very beginning is your VA status that you had,
Certification.
right?
Yep, exactly.
So you did not have that,
we did not have that. No, and
you personally
did.
looked into that.
Yep, toot. Yes, I
Yeah.
did. Yeah.
Toot,
so, toot. So Psych Armor, we dealt with Psych Armor, and we and Habitat Michigan, and we were the only affiliate, 1 out of 3, that had been veteran certified. So it was pretty in Michigan. So it was pretty profound. It was a good way for Habitat, the staff, and our audience to be educated on truly what it is from a different lens to look at what a veteran is, right?
So what were some of the things that you had to do to become?
So,
Certified.
so there were classes that we had to take in order for us to become educated. That was suicide awareness, just standard veteran certification classes, getting an idea of how to partner with veterans, and along the lines of your 4, now 5 pillars, all the classes kind of fell in line with those. So it was really cool for me to be able, and for me to take the classes and learn about veterans from a different lens, from a different perspective, and then to share that with the staff and allow them to get that education too. And then moving forward, to be able to put that out to our audience on social media.
And why did you want to become VA certified?
Dude, it's just it's so
It's
important.
good.
Yeah.
Love it. No, that's cool. That's how we roll around here.
Well, it is.
Yeah.
It is. It's breaking down communication barriers. I think that's the biggest thing, right? And offering a different perspective on veterans. Like the standard thing is like, thank you for your service, and truly you should thank you for your service. Like that should be something you say, but it's trying to learn how to communicate properly in a way that they can hear you, that a veteran can hear you, and that you can be heard too. So it was important for us to open up home ownership and hope and financial counseling and volunteer opportunities. Like it's not necessarily all about we want to give to a veteran. We want to give them the opportunity to have a home, or give them the opportunity to have financial counseling. We also want to give them the opportunity to volunteer if they want to, and give back, right? So all of these things I didn't really have a good, clear conception of until I was able to get certified and take these classes. And I knew that this was something that Habitat had to move forward with.
And what were some of the challenges?
So, and we're still grappling with these challenges. Educating the community that we are now veteran certified, and what that means. So opening up our home ownership program to veterans. And it's sometimes as simple as just putting that checkbox on your home ownership application to say, did you serve in the military? Did your family member serve in the military?
And you needed to know how to ask that question,
we needed
right?
to know how to ask that question, yeah. And we didn't know, not until we talked to you, and not until I took those classes.
Right. So we ask, the question is, have you ever served? Not, are you a veteran? Because
Right.
so many people don't know that they're veterans.
Or don't consider
right.
themselves
Yes.
veterans either.
Sure.
Yes.
Like my dad was in the service in the Navy, but I, wasn't always talked about, right? Because he didn't serve in active wartime, so I don't
Right.
think he considered himself.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just
So
recently
that's
found
great.
that out.
So many, right, yeah. So it's asking the right question.
Right.
So yeah, for sure. I think it's really important for us to be able to change the lens of how our viewer sees a veteran, and maybe even allowing that veteran to see themselves differently. Like, you are important. You are, you did serve us, and it's not necessarily, our role or our job, but we can certainly play a part in helping that communication break down.
So what's the difference between adding that certification, right, and a standard? Is there a difference between a veteran applying and a civilian applying?
No, that's great. Yeah, yep. There's no difference. Yeah, it's just allowing a veteran to understand that they're the same. They're allowed to be a part of this, right? And just kind of bring the awareness to, hey, we have a home ownership program that allows you to offer you a hand up, right? So if you're within this criteria, if you're willing to support sweat equity hours, which I'm certain, a veteran would, are you in a place where you're in a vicious rent cycle, or are you looking to only pay $1,000 for a brand new home? I don't think that many people, even veterans or civilians, really think about Habitat when it comes to home ownership. They just think that it's just houses that are given to people that are in low
Or they just build
income
them. No.
needs. Right, exactly, and it's not.
No. I've learned that already.
Yeah.
And it's
So
true.
just opening the conversation and changing the lens on that, I think, is important. So yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm so looking forward to Jeanette's conversation,
Yes.
and I'm so looking forward to having, some seminars that we can put on to where we can have questions and answers.
Yes.
It's really endless of what we'll be able to do moving forward. Of course.
Yeah. Free financial services for anybody at any level. So, I mean, someone that's struggling with finances, but also someone that, has a good head on their shoulders and a great job and just needs that extra little bit of push or guidance, right? Like, putting you in connection with the right resources too, and we have all that at our disposal. Shouldn't we offer that to people, right? For sure.
yeah,
So
absolutely,
Yeah, that's a big thing too. Like with two of the truck drivers that have served.
Okay.
One today and yesterday, both had served, and I could tell the one guy was struggling just because of the way he was acting, But it is something when you can hand him the card, let him know that there's a place to go, or at least if because he's just a truck driver,
Right.
But I could tell the guy yesterday, and he was going through some stuff with his wife and just different things, life. But also he was a veteran, and the guy today, he served during the Gulf War, but he served here. He said he didn't go to war, but then when he wanted to get a tattoo, he was telling me that you're not allowed to get this tattoo because you didn't serve in combat, but yet he did, and he didn't get it till he went home, did some research, and found out that it was okay for him to get a certain tattoo on his shoulder because he was, you might know where he served during the war in the Army here, but it was stateside. That's But
Okay. Yeah.
yep. There was a kid walking down the street too. I put to work today. He was a veteran, but homeless.
Sure.
Yep.
And that's, we like to tell our viewers on every show why we do what we do here, right? We are trying to reach the veterans. We are trying to reach the spouses at home. So somebody connects to us, right?
Yeah, you're not alone. You are not alone. And you might feel isolated, right? And trying to get acclimated back into normal society or civilian society, right? But like, we're all trying to grapple with what's normal, and
right.
we're not normal,
Right.
you know.
Right.
So
What is normal, right?
Yeah, exactly. So for us to be able to provide resources, I think it's immensely helpful, and just to know that like someone's here, right? Like someone's here.
And the
we're here.
relationship that we build
Yeah.
makes all the difference in the world, right? Because it's a trusting relationship. It is versus veterans get lists all the time.
Yeah, sure.
Call this person, call this person, call
Right.
this
Yeah,
person,
that's
right?
true.
They're always dialing some 800 number, right? And so when you can actually connect them, like I just had a veteran right now, one I'm mentoring, and she is searching for home stuff. And I just have not had her a second to get her
Right.
some information
Right.
about how to go about that.
Yeah.
She was just asking me yesterday.
We don't have a 1-800 number. We have a cell phone that you can call us or text us.
Yes.
Or message us on Facebook,
Yeah.
right? Or email us.
Yeah,
we're
so
here.
I'll be
Yeah.
sending
Yeah.
her to Jeanette.
That's cool.
So she can
Yes.
answer the questions or help guide her in some sort of direction. Because we are not the all-knowing. We are
Sure.
trying to gather as many resources that we can to help anywhere we can within the
Connect the,
community.
not the dots so much,
Sure.
but yeah.
Yeah.
It
I'm
is.
excited that we can be an arm of resources,
Team
more
player,
opportunities.
part of the team, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am Team Habitat. You guys should have shirts.
Yeah.
I do have one
Yeah.
like that.
Oh, yeah. Next time.
Then wear it.
Next time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'll have Jeanette bring you one.
All right.
All right. Then you gotta wear it, Billy.
I'll wear it.
All
I'll
right.
wear it. Yeah.
All right.
We'll wear our team habitat.
Perfect.
Well, and that's really what I thought of because I normally have our veteran.
Yeah. Right. What happened?
I took it home for an event. I was for the trunk or treat.
Okay, good.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't bring it back, right?
Yeah.
All those pudding shots. So,
Yep, yeah.
jeez.
Stacked up.
Petunia! Where's my tablecloth at?
And but it really
She
made me
knows how our house is.
it made me think about it that it would be really nice to where whoever our guest is
Yeah.
instead of
That's great.
having our thing
Right.
have the individuals.
Cool.
Look how many
Table
shirts
cloth,
we
yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got
Wear a
shirts
shirt.
for
Take
you.
it off.
We'll
Do
bring a
your
shirt.
shirts.
We
Yeah.
got a
Oh.
shirt. We got a shirt. You got a
We
shirt.
need
Yeah.
some swag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bring your swag.
We'll
Yeah.
bring some swag. That's
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
So is there anything else that you want to tell our viewers
Oh, just
or anything else you want to say?
yeah, thank you guys.
Oh,
Thank you
you're
guys so
welcome.
much for having us. Just we're here for you, like she said, and any socially acceptable 2020 form of communication is cool, right?
Right,
So like
exactly.
we have people message us on Instagram, on Messenger, asking about home ownership, asking about financial questions, about credit questions, and we're right there. Me, Julia, Jeanette, we're all just
the website, all
on
that.
the, yeah,
We're
we have
gonna
a
put all them
website.
links in,
Yeah,
sure.
exactly. So don't be nervous to call, and if you are, you can text or you
Yeah.
can message or you can
Right.
email. Okay, and just feel confident enough to just extend a little bit of an olive branch with a question, and we'll do the same. We'll reach out and respond, and we're here for you. So let us know what you need, and if we can help. We will, and if we can't, we'll put you in connection with resources that we have for you to help. So it's cool not being normal, don't worry.
And we are working on another build.
Oh,
So-
yes, yeah, exactly,
so-
yeah. So, like, big picture, if there's any Home Depot workers out there, Home Depot Foundation is huge into supporting veterans and nonprofits, and in a great big picture, in a great big world, I would love to have a veterans build. So where all the veterans build a Habitat house for a veteran.
Right.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
That's,
Yes.
Yeah,
We can make it happen.
Yeah, Jamie always says, "Put it out there," because somebody will,
Yes,
So that's the goal. That would be incredible. So, and volunteering is so much fun. You get back, and for those of you who maybe have a little anxiety or nervousness, you put in, you get out what you put into it, and you don't have to have any experience lifting a hammer, and you don't have to talk to anybody either if you don't want to. You can just work.
The two veterans that came out
Yeah.
and participated.
Yeah.
I got a text as soon as they left.
it's
They're like,
beautiful.
"This was so much
Yeah,
fun.
it feels so
When are we
good."
going to do the next
Yeah.
one?
Yeah, that's the selfish, selfless
Let's
thing.
do
It
it,
is.
and
It
then the
is.
next one,
Yeah.
and that's.
Yeah.
I know.
Good.
I couldn't wait to forward the messages
Brilliant.
onto you
Yes.
to see
That's
them. And then you guys did that nice little news clip.
Yes,
Yes,
yeah, of
that was
course.
very
yeah,
nice.
That's
So,
good.
yeah.
Yeah, we like to promote.
So yeah, we
and
definitely
support.
have an amazing give and take with what we
do.
do, and
Yeah.
I love being partners with
Yeah,
you.
and I'm excited for your audience next time around to meet Jeanette, our housing counselor. She'll be here to answer questions for you guys and go over everything that Hope offers to the community for free resources. And then after that, Julie, our director of homeownership, will meet with you guys to talk all about our homeownership program and how the veterans can benefit.
So we'll have almost everybody from Habitat.
Dude,
here.
everybody, Dave could
Where's
surprise
Dave?
us. Yeah.
We have 6
gotta
shirts
have-
by then.
Yeah, we gotta have Dave come.
Yeah, we'll do a giveaway. Everybody can have shirts.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
you.
You know I love you and I
love
cherish you.
You know I love you.
I can tell you guys are
Yeah,
Yeah.
besties almost.
we
We
are.
Well, thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
being here
Thanks,
and doing what
guys.
you're doing.
Thank
You
you
guys
for
have a good
watching.
night. See you
All right.
next week.
See you later.